Hey guys, so for this video, I want to rate all of John Green's books. So if you're new to the channel, you may not know, but I love the Green brothers, John and Hank. I've watched their YouTube videos for a long time, and I remember when John Green's book, The Fault in Our Stars, was making its rounds on We Hearted and Tumblr back in the day. So I've been a long time fan and enjoyer of their works, so this is just a fun video where I rate John Green's books from like my most favorite to my not most favorite. I don't think there's a book of his that I haven't liked, and yeah, so let's just get started. No hate, this is all love. All love. Sorry, the sun is right there, but this is the only good window with this nice chair. I'm going to start with maybe An Abundance of Katherines. So I think this is one of the only John Green books I haven't actually read, which I should probably fix. But I'm just going to put that one as least favorite because I haven't read it yet. And I think I haven't read it yet because I think I won't like it, but if I read it, I probably would like it. And then after that, Paper Towns. I read that one years ago and I don't really remember, so it's not my favorite. Then after that is Looking for Alaska. So Paper Towns, I know they adapted into a TV show with, I think, Cara Delevingne and Nate Wolff, but I haven't seen the TV show. I do know like it's about John Green and how he learned about that there's these towns they put on maps that don't exist as like a copywriting thing as a map maker, but then eventually this town was on so many maps that people just started moving there, and then it turned into a town. So it's just kind of that kind of thing. And then Looking for Alaska, I think that's the first John Green book I read. I think I was about 13 or 14, and basically that one's set in a boarding school with it's set at a boarding school, and there's like strawberry wine, and it's just like this coming of age story where like as these teenagers grow up during the school year, they realize more of these adult issues and mental health. So that's after Paper Towns. Then my fourth favorite John Green book is probably Will Grayson. I've always enjoyed that book, and I remember the first time I read it, I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. He wrote it, the chapters switched back and forth between the authors and between the different Will Graysons, within the story. So John Green plays one Will Grayson, and then David Leviathan writes the other Will Grayson. And that was like when I was first starting getting into literature and books, I really liked how they changed perspective that way. So I was a really big fan of that growing up. Then the next one would probably be Turtles All the Way Down, which is his newer fiction novel. So that one deals with a character who has OCD and kind of dealing with her mind and her triggers while also realizing that not everything's about her, even though like she's the center of her own story, but she's not the center of the story, and kind of like that. And I really enjoyed that book. I listened to it as an audiobook, and I'd probably listen to it again. Then after that, just for like sentiment's sake, is The Fault in Our Stars. That I remember like when that was like so popular for everyone to read. It was on people's like mood boards, Pinterest boards, like it was Tumblr posts, like maybe our okay will be our always, and it's the okay. I just remember that's just like 14. I think the movie came out when I was 15, and I was so excited. I went inside opening night with my friends, and our parents took us, and I just remember seeing her dad, who was like this hardcore, really like serious lawyer, just break down crying in the movie theater by the end of the movie. And I was just like, yep, that was me when I read the book. And John Green also has a collection wrote in a collection of short stories called Let It Snow. Honorable mention because I enjoy that series and that series of stories, and I read it every time around Christmas, so put that in there. It's just kind of these short stories where there's this town. It's 3 authors, and in this town they all write stories where these characters are all kind of like living individual lives and having their own things, but then they bump into each other, and it's very cute and romantic. And I think they turned that into a movie on Hulu, I think. And then after The Fault in Our Stars, and then my favorite would probably be the Anthropocene Reviewed, which that's his book that he put out this year, and that he signed all the first copy like releases in the United States and Canada, I believe. I think it was around 200,000 copies he signed. I was very happy when I was able to get my own copy. Don't have it with me, it's back home, but I really loved that book. It's based off of his podcast, The Anthropocene Reviewed, where he writes gives like a 5-star review of things on the human-centered planet, Diet Dr. Pepper, Canadian geese, and it was just really enjoyable, and you kind of get to learn more about John Green as an individual and kind of the things that have impacted his life and his story. The 1 chapter on Google searching is guaranteed to bring anyone to tears, and it's a story I enjoy telling others about Google searching and kind of embracing what you don't know and finally getting closure. So that's my most favorite John Green book. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite John Green book is down below, and I hope you have a nice week.